Let's talk a little bit about the Russian stuff going on over there. They're still sitting around the border, still claiming they're just doing war games. According to our president, that an attack is imminent. It's going to happen any day now. You still have the Ukraine president acting like nothing major's going on. They're claiming all these attacks and stuff are false flags over there. I find it kind of ironic that we're claiming false flags on everything they're doing over there when here in our own country, y'all have seen false flags for yourself, everything that's going on. They'll blame groups that had nothing to do with stuff. So the Russian stuff, I still don't understand why somebody would say, hey, we're going to invade you a certain day and time and place. You better get your people out, we're going to come in. That just doesn't happen nowadays. I'm wondering if this is some kind of power play for Biden to be able to say, hey, I spoke to them very strongly and they decided not to attack and they pulled their troops out. Because Russia is continuously saying when our exercise is over, we're going back to our bases now. I don't trust them. I don't trust anybody when it comes to this. But I mean, that's what Russia's saying. But Biden's screaming, that we're going to they're going to attack Ukraine. Biden's approval rating is, mid 40%, somewhere around in there. He's looking weak. He's looking like a weak president right now. What if this is just a power play to say, hey, I told them what we were going to do to them if they attacked and they went home. So now I'm strong. My words made them do, made them go home. So I don't believe that it's going to happen, but it could. It could. Politics is very strange. A lot of people like to think that Republicans and Democrats, they're fighting each other all the time. They're all in on everything. One side gets what they want, other side gets what they want. That's how politics work. It's always been like that. The trucker convoy protest thing in Canada, that they're getting them out, they're pushing them out, and they're leaving peacefully. They're leaving. I don't think our truckers are going to do their strike. I'm still not sure why they're wanting to wait till March to do it. It would have made more sense to do it along with Canada's, because that would have affected a lot more. Now on these strikes, you've got to have company drivers. Your people that you're seeing striking are owner operators. They move freight, yes they do, but the majority of your big box stores, they move with company drivers. They move their stuff with company drivers hired through the company that work for the company, as in Walmart, Swift, all these trucking companies like that is who moves the majority of the freight across the country. They do hire owner operators in those. But I don't think our truckers are going to do the protests. I've seen one channel on here, the Prepared Homestead. If you haven't watched his channel, go watch it. It's really good. He said the best thing for them to do is just stay home. Don't go on a protest across the country. Just stay home. Just shut the trucking down that way. That might be something they think about doing. I don't know. But this Russian stuff, I saw a Fox reporter today that appeared by watching the news report that he was under fire. But you don't ever see nothing. That could have been as simple. How many of you my age or older remember when CNN during the first Gulf War was on top of a building in Atlanta acting like they were in Saudi Arabia getting bombed? I remember it. You can still find the videos of it on YouTube here. Just look up CNN reporter fake war footage in first Gulf War. Gulf of Tonkin is just constantly in my head how the Vietnam War started. That was a false flag that got us into the Vietnam War. The more you read up on it, you realize it may not even happen. But who knows on that one? I don't see Russia invading on a time frame. They're going to do it when they want to do it, if they're going to do it. This is just, none of this makes sense. You've heard a lot of people say it's going to be when the Olympics is over. Okay. The 20th, the 21st, 22nd, when is it? These same people that is giving the government intel saying that a war is imminent are also the same government officials that are saying, hey, there was going to be a big trucker protest at the Super Bowl. They were going to disrupt the Super Bowl. That didn't happen. A couple months ago, maybe it might have been a year almost, they were saying that, every sheriff's department was going to have a protest at it. It's almost like they're hearing things and just making it so. Like, hey, we're going to say this is happening just so we can be ready. It's confusing. If it's confusing me, I'm sure it confuses a lot of you. This Russian stuff doesn't make any sense. But if they do attack, it will be a proxy war for us. And what I mean by a proxy war, we will supply Ukraine with everything they need to fight, except for troops. Don't get me wrong, we'll probably have some spec ops in there or something like that. But as far as our military, no, they probably won't go in. But it's going to be a proxy where we're going to basically back them during this war. We're going to give them what they need to fight it. Our economy's bad. Go back through history and look. Some people will say, well, the Great Depression was getting better when World War II started. It did, but look how much World War II boosted the economy. I mean, it turned it 180. You know, you come back after World War II, you had massive growth in America. I hope a war doesn't happen. I can't sit here and say for sure that Russia's going to invade or Russia's not going to invade. Something just doesn't make sense about this. A lot of stuff in the world doesn't make sense right now. Our truckers, I don't know if they're going to strike or not. I mean, France, they started doing a truck. They shut that down before it even started. It's like, no, y'all ain't doing this. Biden pretty much told the Canadian people up there, hey, y'all need to use whatever force necessary to get this stopped. A few days later, essentially what we would call martial law was enacted in Canada. So, who knows? The world is just going crazy right now. Y'all have got to start paying attention. I've talked to people around here that doesn't even know anything's going on in Russia. That they're the people with the head in the sand. You know, they go to the store where they don't have this today. Oh well, I'll just get something else, no big deal. They don't even see how bare our shelves are. And also, these shipping containers that are shipping the big ships out in the ocean, they are still out there. They're just not docked. They're having to stay further out so they're not counted. So there is still an issue with our shipping. People don't realize that. Why? Because your major news sources aren't covering it. You know, they're saying, oh, it's getting better, but actually what it is, they told them ships to stay further out so they don't get counted as waiting to go in. They get a date and a time and they send them in and get them out. It's what they're trying to say they're doing, but they're not. They're still backed up. But guys, y'all have got to start putting food, medical supplies, all this, you got to start getting it if you haven't started. Time's running out as far as being able to buy the stuff you need when you need it. You're already seeing some of that. You're fixing to have a chicken shortage due to this flu going through the chickens. It's going to get bad. You're going to have crop prices outrageously high this year if farmers can even plant it because of the fertilizer price. Guys, start doing some research on this. Get you some buckets and get you some food put up. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Like or dislike the video, comment on it. Guys, y'all got to start being prepared for things. This year is starting off rocky. And I don't know if it's going to get any better. So, always be prepared.